The Kakarot made it to Earth. On Earth, they realized that these magical sets of Dragon Balls could grant them their wishes, and Vegeta and Kakarot thinks their friends could come back to life. This is the best news ever, and they ask, please, give us the Dragon Balls. We want our friends back. With the Dragon Balls, they revive their fallen friends. The Dragon Balls gather. Kakarot thinks that staying on Earth would be a good idea, and he stays on Earth making a kingdom with his Kakarot force, naming the kingdom the Saiyan Kingdom. Kakarot and the rest of the Saiyans became Super Saiyan 2s in a 7-year time skip, with Broly mastering Super Saiyan with Super Saiyan 2 out of reach. Vegeta combining his Raffle form and his Super Saiyan form, becoming a Super Saiyan 4, or which he dubs Raffle's Super Saiyan. With team being so much stronger, Boo gets destroyed so much easier. Boo never gets free in the first place. When Beerus wakes up, he decides to destroy Boo's egg. Broly was the first to get the new transformation, Super Saiyan God. The rest of the Saiyans following suit. Vegeta trains under the Supreme Kai. 1 month before resurrection of F, Vegeta somehow breaks the Sea Sword, and he sees that old Kai was in there, and the old Kai offers him to awaken his potential. Vegeta allows it, becoming Ultimate Vegeta. The remaining forces of the Frieza Force, who stayed loyal to Frieza, came to Earth and gathered the Dragon Balls and managed to wish back Frieza, which Vegeta put to a stop easily when Frieza arrived. And Frieza said, "How are you that strong?" And Vegeta said, "I train really hard." And Frieza said, "I train really hard too." And Vegeta just blasted him with a Gatling gun. Frieza is no more. With a certain god coming to Beerus' planet for a tournament. Turbo will go first, and he goes Super Saiyan Blue right off the bat. Turbo with his Super Saiyan Blue form wins easily with Botamo. With Mangetta is a little bit harder, but with some insults and with raw power, he wins. When Turbo fights Kappa, he realized that Kappa is kinda like him, a soft, weak Saiyan. But he isn't like that anymore. But he understands what it feels like to be weak, so he coaches Kappa to become a Super Saiyan. Kappa becomes a Super Saiyan. Turbo wants to know how did he get this power, Super Saiyan Blue, and Turbo said he'll tell him later when his tournament is over. And Kappa just said, "Okay, I can wait." And with that, Turbo punches Kappa, and Kappa gets knocked out of the ring. Up next is Frost. Turbo is scared out of his mind because last time he saw Frieza, it was when he died. But he knows now he's stronger, but the fear is still holding him back. So he goes full power and decides to punch him. But because of his fear, his skills are lacking now. And Frost takes a good note of that, and he slowly plays with Turbo. Frost is slowly working his way up, going to his final form. But Frost cannot go full power. Turbo realizes that he is stronger than Frost. Frost is just toying with him. Frost might be even weaker than Frieza himself. And he realizes the fear he had is no more. He's no longer that little guy. The guy who got killed by Frieza all those years ago. And Turbo goes full power and punches Frost out the ring. Turbo realized that he really didn't need Super Saiyan Blue. Even in Super Saiyan, he was stronger than Frost. He is surprised by his strength, but he is happy to know he has the strength. Because Turbo used Super Saiyan Blue too much, his power got worn out and he became a Super Saiyan God once again. Turbo is a little bit scared by the new change, but he really doesn't care. He will still win. He's still a god. He now knows his strength. He doesn't think he's a weakling anymore. He's one of the top 5 or top 3 in his universe. He thinks so. And the next opponent he's going up against is Turbo goes up against Hit with his time skip abilities. Hit out Turbo, and Turbo is now eliminated. Champa smirks at Beerus and said, "Your fire is down," and he started laughing, and Beerus started saying that you only have one fire left, and with that a fire breaks out. Whis and Bottle stopped the two destroyers from fighting and said, "This is a taboo. Destroyers cannot fight, or the 6 and 7 universe could be destroyed by Sano himself." Beerus and Champa are frightened by the idea of them being erased, so they stopped and let the next fight happen. Vegeta goes Super Saiyan 4, trying to test out Hit, and the moment he senses that Hit is a little bit stronger than him, he decides to go full power. Vegeta goes into his ultimate form, which Hit thinks that he's powering down, and he takes this as an insult, but he knows that he's gonna win easily now because he thinks that Super Saiyan 4 form or Raffle Super Saiyan was taking a lot of power out of him, and he thinks he's gonna win now. Because of that, he gets caught off guard and he gets hit out of the ring. Beerus is delighted. Beerus with the Super Dragon Balls wish for the most comfortable pillow so he can sleep super nice. A certain god from a certain universe is unhappy with what's going on, and he decides to take matters into his own hands.